Well, hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Midwest Whitetail's Great Plains Show. It's a blustery November 16th, as you can tell behind me. We've got a front blowing through Iowa, and with that comes a wind switch tomorrow, finally, from the northwest. Super excited for this coming week. If you guys have not filled a tag yet, do not overlook how productive this coming 7 days can be. Less does in estrus, bucks are still gonna be searching, and at the end of the day, there's no king above stand time. So if you can spend the time in the woods, get out there. And on this week's show, we're gonna see exactly that. Nolan Redeker is a team member on the Great Plains Show out of Kansas that does an incredible job for us. And he has had some outstanding action. Last week's show, you saw that awesome buck behavior that he talked about. This week, it's pretty much the same exact story. So we're gonna jump to 3 hunts that he had that were using different strategies, all encountered great bucks. And be sure to check back next week because we got some kills coming in and we're really excited to bring those your way. So without further ado, let's give it to Nolan, and good luck next time you guys hit the woods.
Well guys, welcome back to Midwest Whitetail Great Plains Show. I am just wrapping up a morning hunt this morning. And the last time you guys saw me, I was sitting in the same tree that I'm in now. I had that really good hunt where I had the broken up buck come right underneath me right here. And I saw the buck I named Kirk. But actually this morning's hunt was really good. I laid eyes on the shooter 9-point that I've been after over the past couple weeks. But since you guys have seen me last, the action has not stopped. I've had some good hunts. I actually put up a new stand on this property in the southwest corner, and I've had some good sits in there and some good sits in the area as well. So we're gonna bring those to you now, and then when we come back, I'll talk about what's been working for me over the past couple weeks. Hope you guys enjoy the hunts. Well, good morning, guys. As you can see, I'm not in your typical rut setup this morning, but I'm really excited about this spot. I've hunted this pasture in the past, and typically we hunt in the northeast corner, but basically out in this pasture there's a middle draw, and that's kind of where all the deer bed, and there's a south brome patch and a north brome patch. This morning I'm hunting the south one, which is one I've never really hunted before. We've hunted the middle draw before, but I've never set up with a decoy over this side. So got a good cloudy morning. Hopefully the clouds stay to kind of keep the sun off of me. But it'll be really cool if a buck comes into this setup. So we'll see what happens. That buck peeked over my shoulder. He was at like 40 yards, kind of snuck in on me. I'm glad I looked. But man, that was crazy. He just kept coming closer and closer. He was at like 5 steps. He literally spooked off my camera's autofocus because it kept focusing because he kept getting closer. Oh, he was right there. Man, if that would have been one of the big boys, he'd have been in trouble. He was all worked up, see just the drool and snot dripping off of his lips. That was awesome. I love doing the decoy sits. That was such a cool encounter. Hopefully we can get one of the big boys to do that. Gonna wrap things up this morning. This has always been one of my favorite days to hunt on Veterans Day. Speaking of, thank you to all of our veterans and thank you for your service. It's always been a good day to hunt. I had an okay hunt this morning. That was just a really good encounter with that buck, but other than seeing him, it was really slow. That was the only buck I saw all morning. Saw one doe at a distance and that was it. So I don't know, for whatever reason, the first half of November has been really slow for me so far. I personally, here in Kansas, I like the second half better. I've definitely killed more bucks in the second half of November than I have the first half, but just been really slow. I've had one, what I would call, really good hunt, and that was earlier this week. I saw 4 or 5 bucks, but other than that, it's been a buck here and a buck there. So just gotta keep after it. It's been definitely a grind, and this year's a little bit different than most, where I don't have a ton of options for shooters to chase. So I'm going to keep after it, stay in this area that I'm in right now. Hopefully Kirk will show up, or hopefully I can run into that 9-point that's been showing up quite a bit on camera. But I have only laid eyes on the 9-point and Kirk once each, and it was on the same hunt on Halloween. So hopefully things can change up here in the next couple weeks, and I can catch up with one of them eventually. But gonna stick after it. I don't think I'm gonna hunt tonight, but I am gonna be out tomorrow, so gonna keep after it, and hopefully we can catch up one of these big bucks eventually. Well, good afternoon. And it's November the 12th today, and this has been one of my favorite days to hunt for a while now. 7 years ago today, shot my first buck while self-filming, so that's pretty cool with my mom, using my mom's old handheld camcorder. But ever since then, November the 12th has been one of my favorite days. So we're gonna give it a shot here this afternoon. I'm sitting my new permission piece I just gained access to this year. And I've sat here several times before, had some really good hunts. As I've mentioned before, this is an area I've hunted in the past, so Kirk, the buck I've mainly been targeting here, haven't seen him or had any pictures of him since Halloween, so kind of marking him off the list for now. He could easily come through, but just I feel like maybe he moved on for the rut. But the good 9-point, he has been in camera here a ton, and he was here this morning on the other camera I have on this 10-acre piece, but he was in the northeast corner, so he was headed north back into the doe bedding area. So I'm hoping he does something similar to what he did this past week. He came by this camera here at this crossing in the morning and came back out in the evening right here at 15 yards. So hopefully history will repeat itself, and he can do that again tonight. We're gonna sit in here and find out. We'll see what happens. Well, as you guys just saw, pure madness just broke out. That was crazy. I've never had any experience like that. I saw the big 9, the deer I'm in here after, out in the bean field. Let him kind of get past where he was kind of behind a bunch of brush where he couldn't see and hear real well. And I gave him some grunts, waited a little bit, and it was crazy. I could just hear bucks coming from everywhere. There's bucks coming from behind me. I mean, just basically from every direction. And he took a little bit longer than the first 3 bucks to get in here, but I was all wound, just not in the right position to film. About got picked off. These bucks came in and they were at 15 yards right here. That was just craziness. And I'm really lucky I got just a little bit of north in my wind, or else he would have, you could tell he could kind of smell something, but he couldn't wind me. And then he caught, there was some other deer chasing off in the woods over there, and he went and chased over there. But man, what an encounter. Well, to my surprise, he ended up coming back. He actually walked right by my other stand, which with all the events that occurred with me sitting here, he wouldn't have walked by there naturally tonight. But man, just craziness. He actually ended up going up a draw. It's not very long. I'm not sure if he's going to go up and turn around and come back if he can't find a doe or what he's going to do. But I kind of have to walk out in that general direction, so hopefully he either stays up in there or comes back by here in a minute so I can get out of here. But I'm gonna leave the stuff in the tree. Gonna be right back in here tomorrow morning. Awesome hunt. Finally had a good encounter with a shooter, so we're gonna keep after him. Same tree tomorrow morning, and maybe we'll get lucky and get it done. Well, good morning. It is the morning of November 13th today. And I sat this stand last night and had an incredible hunt already right off the bat. It's probably 5 to 10 minutes before shooting light. Had a buck come in through the dark, heard him grunt a couple times, and he came right here point blank at 10 yards. So it's probably the big 9, but hopefully this morning we can lay eyes on him again. He's due to cross this crossing. He hasn't been here in several days, and it's a spot that he frequents quite a bit to cross this creek right here. So I'm hoping this morning he's in here looking for a doe. I think things are really getting good right now. Just a lot of searching going on yesterday. So hopefully he didn't find a doe last night and he's going to be in the area. Got a really light breeze this morning, and a bit of an easterly wind, which isn't great, but it's supposed to be super, super light. It's about 37. It's going to be pretty clear, so I'm just betting on my thermals rising this morning. Deer should definitely be on their feet, so we'll see what happens. Well, just got confirmation from the other camera. It was him that came by in the dark. Gosh dang it. He came by literally 5 minutes before shooting light. I'm surprised I couldn't see well enough to know it was him, but yeah, right here 10 yards at about 6:25, and shooting light is at 6:33, so crazy. I might rattle here in a little bit, just in case he's still in the area, but it's good to know that he doesn't have a doe. Hopefully he stays here to look for one. I hope he doesn't go branch out anywhere. Hopefully he stays right in the area, so we know he's here. We'll see if he comes in. Well, just caught a glimpse of that other mature buck we have in this area. He's really the only one we've had pictures of, besides the 9 in the past couple weeks. But I think that deer's got a hot doe in there. That was when I first saw him, he was behind that doe, and he kind of took her off into some brush where I kind of lost him. Hopefully the 9 gets wind of that hot doe and makes his way through. If I got a hot doe in the area, it's gonna be pretty tough to leave here today. So I'm gotta sit till probably about lunchtime. But hopefully he'll come through here eventually. I know he's in the area. Just gotta sit tight and keep my eyes out, and hopefully he'll come through. Well, as you guys saw, I've had some really good hunts, and I got really close to getting it done there the other evening. But I've been hunting this 10-acre piece pretty hard. It's really the only place that I have a shooter buck that I've been wanting to go after. He's been on camera a ton, and there's no reason for me not to hunt him. I've had the right conditions several times, so that's basically my strategy in here. Both of these stands are set over really good trails. It's a really good rut cruising spot. This stand right here, this creek does a big bend and pinches all these deer down to about 15 yards right here in front of me. And that other stand set over a major creek crossing. But luckily for me, this 10-acre piece, I don't think a ton of does bed on it. So it's worked out really good for entry and exit, especially in the afternoons. I can get in and out of here pretty clean, and I think that's played a big part to my success and having good hunts in here. So I haven't hardly spooked any deer, and that's kind of, I think I'm going to continue to hunt this way over the next couple weeks. The rut should do nothing but get better, I think, as we get out of the lockdown phase. We have some really good weather coming, so I'm going to continue to hunt these 2 stands as long as I'm seeing deer and as long as that big 9 point's in here and going through. But, well, if you guys have been getting out in the woods or have a chance to get out here over the next couple weeks, good luck, and I appreciate you guys watching.